Kate Greenaway's Book of Games. Teapot. One player reads the room while the others decide on a word with many meanings. The absent player, having been called in, his object is to find out the chosen word. To enable him to do this, the others converse about it, but instead of using the word itself, say teapot instead. For instance, if the word chosen be rain, the players converse about it in the following manner. We shall have teapot tonight. When I was riding yesterday, the teapot broke. The teapot of Queen Victoria has been long and glorious. When the player correctly guesses the hidden word, the person whose remark enabled him to do so leaves the room in his turn. The Christmas bag. Fill a large paper bag with sweets, biscuits or small toys, and tie a piece of string round the top to prevent the things from falling out. Then suspend the bag from the door frame. Blindfold the children in succession, beginning from the youngest upwards, and give them a stick with which they must try to hit the bag. Each child is allowed three trials. When a hole is made in the bag and its contents scattered on the floor, the children scramble for them. Tops. Tops are common enough objects to most people, but there is some skill required in spinning them. There are also many different games. For pack in the ring, played with a pack top, draw a circle about 3 feet in diameter. One player begins by throwing his top into the center, and whilst it is spinning, the other players pack their tops at it. But if it gets out of the ring and ceases spinning, the owner may pick it up and pack it at any other spinning in the circle. To set whipping tops going, they should be rapidly twirled round with the hands and whipped, not too hardly at first. An eel skin makes the best kind of whip. Races can be played with whipped tops. The boy who can whip his top along at the greatest speed is the winner. Another game called Encounters consists in the player whipping their tops against each other till one of them falls. The Shepherdess and the Wolf. The players stand in a row at one end of the lawn, while the shepherdess stands at the other. Halfway between, the wolf must be concealed behind a bush. The shepherdess calls out, "Sheep, sheep, come home." One of the sheep replies, "I'm afraid of the wolf." The shepherdess then says, "The wolf has gone to Devonshire and won't be coming home for 7 years. Sheep, sheep, come home." The sheep silently try to reach the shepherdess without being caught by the wolf. And so the game continues till all the players have either been caught by the wolf or reached the shepherdess safely. The story game. One of the players starts an original story and leaves off in a very exciting place. His left-hand neighbor must instantly continue it, and also stops at an exciting point. When the thread of the story is resumed by the player on his left hand, for example, one player starts the following story. One evening, several centuries ago, a knight was riding through a dark woods. When hearing a noise, he looked up and saw. Here the player stops and his left-handed neighbor continues. A band of robbers rapidly advancing towards him. He gave himself up for lost when the story is continued by his left-hand neighbor, and so the game goes on till the tale is finished by the last player. Tirsa or double tag. The players stand in pairs one behind another in form of a circle facing the center. There must be 2 odd players, one of whom runs away while the other catches. Directly the player who is being pursued places himself in front of any couple he is safe, while the hindermost person of the trio becomes the pursued. If he is caught before placing himself in front of another couple, he becomes pursuer. 4 minuten 5.